And that other guy that was up. No, I was kidding. They're all great. Thank you so much for coming out. You guys are awesome. Jesus Christ, it is packed in here. Are you all the people that have just been partying since New Year's? You're like, screw it. We're just going to keep it going. It's almost Super Bowl, right? Why not just keep going? I have. No? Am I the only one that likes to drink in here? You're like, no, we're drinking water. We just want to see you. No? I like to drink. Too much. I never really think I'm an alcoholic until I notice my reaction to alcohol when it spills. And then I'm like, oh, maybe I have a problem. I don't. Like if somebody knocks into me and just like one sip will jump out of my glass, but my reaction is way too big. Like I just stare at it on the ground like, oh, that's so sad. It's just dying down there. Like if nobody was looking, I would like dive down and lop it up with 2 fingers and be like, I can save that. No? Maybe it's just because I'm broke. I'm like, that's $2 that you just spilled on the ground. Like you owe me a new drink. No? Am I the one that's broke? Where am I? Is this Irvine? I forgot where I was. I'm so broke I still go shopping at my parents' house when they're not home. They're not gonna miss that roll of toilet paper. They shop at Costco. I'm just tired of stealing napkins from 7-Eleven every time I run out of toilet paper. Right? I'm just like, I'll take a large cup of coffee, 50 napkins, that's fair. I might spill it. No? Okay. I would like to have money. I don't need a lot of money. I just want enough money that I can like forget where I put it. Do you know what I mean? Like last year I helped my mom move out of her house and I'm going through her purses. There's just bills everywhere. I'm like, you don't need these 20, you don't need this? What about these quarters? I could use these for laundry. Is that good? It's all right. Wrong material for Irvine, sir. I live in Van Nuys, California. Do you know where that is? This is a very nice neighborhood. No. I was recently in Fresno. Ooh, you're a little better. I feel like I can tell how bad a neighborhood is by how many grown men I see at the local mini-mart riding bikes in the parking lot. Like I pulled into an AM/PM in Fresno, and there's just this like 40-year-old dude just on a BMX that's way too small for them, just like cruising. Just like doing circles. You're like, okay. Maybe this isn't good. You know it's especially bad when they're followed up by like a guy in a wheelchair who doesn't really need to be in a wheelchair. He has that one leg kicking out, just like. You're like, all right, this is where the drugs are. This is where the drugs are. I don't know. I'm single again, so hey. That's my new pickup line. What do you think? You like it? I'm really bad at talking to men. I can talk on stage. I can't talk in person. Like if I see a guy I like, I just become retarded. I can't do it. So I decided if I see somebody I like, I'm not going to try and talk to him. I'm just going to look at him, like from across the bar. That says it all, right? Do I need to say anything? They'll either be like, this girl really likes me, or she's having a stroke. I don't know what's happening. I can't date. I never date. I can't do it. I can't do normal bodily functions on a date. Like, have you ever been on a date? If I'm on a date and like I have to go to the bathroom, oh, that's the worst. Because as soon as I get up from the table, I'm just like, I forgot how to walk. I don't know. He's looking at me. I don't know. Does that look normal? Are you on a date, sir? What are you doing? Dating apps? Do you do it? I've never done one. I'm gonna have to eventually, right? Do you do the dating apps? What is it? What do you do? Craigslist? What is it? Christian Mingle? I think that's the one I would choose. Christian Mingle. It's not a good time to be single. I was excited about it at first. You know when you first get out of a relationship and you're just like, fuck yeah, who's next? Right? And then I realized how old I am and I was just like, oh shit. I don't know if I want to show this to anybody new. Like, it's been a couple years, right? I'm like, oh. I looked in the mirror, I'm like, oh, it looks a little different than it used to. I never realized that, like, I'd hit a certain age where for some reason my genitals would just start getting a tan. Right? Like, I'm like, is it all darker than it used to be? don't think I've been in the sun. I don't know what's happening. Like, am I cooking bananas down there? What is happening? You guys are a good crowd. If I perform for 20-year-olds, they just look terrified. They're like, yeah, good try. Just cut my hair. I got this soccer mom hairdo going on, huh? I don't have any kids, but I figure, play the part. I'm really bad at relationships. I think I just have a fear of, long-term relationships. Hashtag! That's a whole different hashtag, me too. I never want to become one of those couples that's been together so long that they end up sitting on the same side of the booth every time they go out. You know what I'm talking about? It's two different types. It's either really young people who just want to touch each other all the time, or it's people that have been married for 60 years, and you see them out to eat, and they're both just facing right straight ahead, sitting on the same side, just looking, can I please just enjoy this meal without looking at your face? I just want to enjoy this meatloaf. I just wonder if they have sex the same way, just lying next to each other, just don't look at me. I don't know why I'm doing both, that's weird. Whatever, it's 2018, we can do it. We can be both. I'd be both if I could. I tried it, didn't work out. I want to be a lesbian, I really want to. I love boobs. I get caught staring at boobs all the time. They're beautiful, right? Why are boobs so beautiful? It's the exact opposite with the penis. If a guy's wearing jeans that are too tight, he has that bulge, you're oh my God, put that thing away. I feel the penis is only attractive if it's inside my body. Otherwise, let's not look directly. No? Sorry, half the audience is men. No, I love you, men. I love you. No, I love men. I tried to be a lesbian once, just for 4 hours. Then the ecstasy wore off. I was I am not going back down there again. Oh my God. Have any of you ladies tried this? It's freaking terrifying. Unless you're into that, then I'm sure it's a great party. But as a straight woman, I feel every straight woman should have to try it at least just once. Because you'll never complain about men again. Just one time, try and figure out what guys have to deal with. You'll be I'm sorry. I wanted to call every guy I'd ever slept with and just be sorry, I didn't know. Good job. I didn't know. I thought it'd be so easy, right? I'm how hard can it be? A little so much harder than it looks. And you hear some girls complain, right? Some girls are why can't he find my G-spot? I'm you try and find it, bitch. I own one of them. I still don't know what's happening down there. Blowjobs are tough, but at least they're right in your face. Men just have to dive into some weird cave. I feel it's when you're a kid and you go to a haunted house and you just had to stick your hand into those random bowls. Is that eyeballs? Grapes? What is that? No? You guys didn't do that? Is that a poor white girl thing? You all could afford Not Scary Farm? Okay. Are you all white in here? What the fuck is happening? It's just a sea of white. Oh my God. It's making me nervous. Are there any black guys in here? Oh good. I like black. Well, feel free to steal the show, sir. You got an applause break. If I tell another joke that doesn't go well, can you just stand up and then okay, I'll pay you, I'll give you $20. I like black dudes. They got those lips, right? You ever try and kiss a white boy with no lips? It's like, oh, I can't wait to lick your teeth later on. Mexicans have good lips, too. There's probably no Mexicans. Are there any Mexicans here? Oh, good. Hell yeah, good. I love Mexicans. I'm working as a comedian now, thank God. Thank God, thank you. But my last job was at a Mexican restaurant. I worked there for 6 years. El Cholo was my last normal job. I loved it. I loved it. We used to get calls like once a week, though. It was in Santa Monica, so there's all you white people in Santa Monica. But we used to get calls like once a week from people that would be like, I got food poisoning from your restaurant. I'm like, no, you just ate Mexican food. Like, I'm sorry that you made the choice to take a basket of fried chips and like use it as a shovel for beans and cheese and sour cream and shove it into your mouth. Wash it down with tequila. That's nothing against the food. I mean, basically what I wanted to say back to them was like, so we did our job, right? Like, did you want to keep that? Okay. I love Mexican food, it's good. You can stand up again, sir, because that was a so-so. What are you doing? You got a job? You want to go on tour with me? How do you feel about the Middle East? Are you good? All right. I got kids, if any of you. I babysit. Did I say I got kids? I babysit, if any of you got kids. That's what I meant to say. I don't have kids, don't worry. I babysit, if any of you have kids. What is this? Are you part of a special event? You are the special event. Davita Inc. What do you guys do? How? You don't know that part? You're like, we just come to comedy shows and get drunk and we raise money and then people's lives are saved. Well, you get 2 drink tickets, so keep going, Davida. Are you Davida? Yeah. Are you really? Oh, fuck yeah. Well, stand. No, I'm just kidding. Don't stand up again. This guy's like, it's getting old. Do you want to be friends? Can we be friends? I don't have any friends. Is it obvious? I have no friends. I know. I'm not really good with friendships. You ever encourage your friends to stay in bad relationships just so you have something to text them about? Am I the only one that does that? That's probably why I don't have any friends. I had a good friend, Nikki. She would text me. She was always in bad relationships. She'd text me, John is such an asshole. I'm like, good, keep going. Let me more. I'm bored here at El Cholo. Let me know more about this. No? Okay. Do you want to be friends on Facebook? Should we be friends? Are you still on Facebook? Or am I just old? Does that just make me old? I did recently switch to Instagram just so I wouldn't have to read anymore. Is that right? It's 2018. Do we still need to read? I like Facebook. I'm a little sick of Facebook. Like, is it just me or has Facebook become like the world's longest suicide note? Like, when did everybody get so depressed on there? It used to be that people would write like a 1 or 2 line status update. Now it's just like paragraph after paragraph. I'm just like, what? Why are you sad? Like, I gotta put on my reading glasses just to get through this shit. It's either that or it's people asking for prayers. But like, not even prayers for themselves. They're like, can you please pray for my Aunt Betty out in Minnesota? No, I can't. I don't have time. Like, Sunday only comes like once a week. How many prayers am I supposed to rack up before I go to church? Just kidding, I don't go to church. I just feel like the time it took you to write out that status update, you could have been down on your own knees. Why are you asking me to do this for you? That's just selfish. Right? You're like, hey, I'm gonna go to brunch, but can you put in these prayers for me? No. I think I just get angry because I got tricked like twice. Where I got really emotionally involved in somebody's status. I don't even know them. I'm just freaking lonely. This is the problem. Like, I'm scrolling through Facebook, like I see the word hospital, then I'm like, oh no, I gotta read it, right? Otherwise I'm a dick. So I'm like, who's in the hospital? Start scrolling. It's like, oh, our poor little Madeline. We had to take her back to the hospital. I don't know these people. I'm just picturing like this cute little girl. I finally get down to the bottom. It like turns out it's like their freaking cat. I'm just like, oh, fuck you. I don't give a shit about your cat. It's usually a dog, but if I say I don't care about your dog, you get all pissed off, right? Are you guys dog people? I don't give a shit about your dogs. I'm tired of pretending that I like them, too. I go to people's houses, their dog is just in my crotch. I'm like, oh, cute dog. Really? I'm like, it's really cute. I'm just backing into a corner, and the owners are like, oh, he likes you. No, he doesn't. He's smelling things that I don't want people to know are there. I'm sweating. Is it hot? No, it's not that hot. I sweat a lot. Is that a sign of I'm getting older? You don't think so? I sweat all the time. I thought I might be going through menopause, so I Googled it. But like, it turns out the symptoms from menopause are like the same as alcoholism. So I was just like, fuck, now I'll never know. They're like, do you wake up in the middle of the night sweat? Yeah, I'm sweating all the time. I feel like the older I get, like the more time I spend just like plugging holes. I'm just like, what's leaking? Like my nose is always running for some reason. I don't know what that's about. I have a hard time dancing now. That's a sad day. Right? I was at a bar and the Beastie Boys came on. I got so excited. I was just like, fuck yeah. And I was like, I peed. Oh, I leaked. Oh, yeah, okay. I gotta go. Ugh. Now I know why my mom always carried maxi pads in her purse. You gotta be careful. I'm not that old, but I am getting to that age where like I start realizing stuff about my childhood. Like I think you keep things like I don't know. Like I'll just be driving on the freeway and just like random thoughts will like pop in my head, like stuff from like 20 years, I don't know, 30 years ago. Like I was just recently driving on the freeway and like all of a sudden I realized that like the Vaseline on the back of my parents' bed was not meant for my lips. If you're disgusted, that's the proper reaction. Like, I used to go in there, like, every day before school. It was like, oh, I'm just gonna gloss it up. And then one day I was just like, why is there a hair in my vest? It's really fun to hear a whole crowd moan at once. I was waiting for you to finish your nachos. I don't know. Did you do it? What do you think, Davida? You look like you're on the prowl. Like, you can't see her, but she's sitting there like, I'm gonna go home with one of these comics. What do you think? Just kidding. I can't do that. Guys, I do have a CD for sale after the show. It's called Orally Challenged. You really should purchase it so that my parents can have their toilet paper back. It's $10, but I don't have any change, so if you got a 20, I'm taking it. And there's nothing you can do. I do babysit. I was serious about that. Do you guys have kids, honestly? No? Nobody does. This whole crowd, nobody has a kid. Thank you. I don't know if I want to babysit yours. What about you, Black Sir? Do you have a kid? Do you need any assistance? I won't babysit any kid that's like 3 years old and still in diapers, though. That shit's creepy. Right? Because they talk to you. Like, I'm changing his diaper. He's like, you missed a spot. I'm like, shit. He's like, front to back, bitch. I'm like, argh. Don't tell. Don't tell. Are you married, Davida? You are? Good. You're my hero. I wish I was married once. Just had one under the friggin' table. Now I'm just a weirdo 40-year-old who's never been hitched. And they're like, oh, we don't know. That gay stuff might be truer than she's letting on. Your family gets weird after a while. They just stop asking. Like, yeah, we got it. You're the weird one. That's all right. We'll stop asking. Are you on the Tinder? I did see a guy recently that was really cute, but when I got closer to him, I noticed that he had this like huge cross around his neck, and I was just like, that's a red flag. I mean, this thing was like really big and like bedazzled. I just feel like the bigger the cross, like the more years spent behind bars. Is that wrong? Because I'm like, why do you need that much faith? Like, I wear a cross, it's really small. It's like 1 night in jail. Maybe 2. Me and Jesus, we bonded. But you see a guy with a huge cross around his neck, you're like, oh, he killed a bitch. Like, something is going on, because that thing looks heavy. Davida, I don't know if you even care about this, but I'm just gonna give you one, because I love you. Should have given it to you, sir, but you're far away. I apologize. I hope that you guys are having a great time. I gotta go soon. Before I go, I'm gonna share with you, this is awkward, but I feel like we need to be honest, right, sir? It's important to be honest in life. Somebody said, uh-oh. It's not easy out there. It's not easy. Sometimes, you know, you meet somebody for the first time, you don't know what's gonna happen in the bedroom, right? I just want to share with you one of the most awkward sexual encounters I ever had. It was when I was 22, and it was the first time a guy ever tried to 69 me, and I didn't even know what it was. I had no idea. I'm just like, all right, what are we gonna do? I was dating this Puerto Rican guy in New York. He was very well endowed, which just makes it even scarier. But like, he put me on the bottom. And I had no idea. I'm just like, okay. He's just like, no, you lay on the bed, and then I'm like, okay. So I just laid there, like, okay, what's gonna happen now? All of a sudden, I just see this like huge thing just coming towards me, just like, what the, oh my God. There's just like 2 balls in a butthole, just like in my face. I was like, I didn't know what to do. I just closed my eyes, like, oh God, I gotta go away. I just opened my mouth, and then was like, breathe through your nose. Breathe through your nose. Don't choke. Breathe through your nose. But you know when you like have to breathe through your nose, it's so much harder than normal everyday life? Like when you go to the dentist, and they stick that thing in your mouth, and you have to breathe through your nose, all of a sudden you're like, like I can't breathe through my nose. And then I was like, I don't know what to do with my hands. My whole life, I've never known what to do with my hands. I grew up a dancer, so my first thought was just like, jazz hands, right? And then I'm just like lying there, like waiting for it to stop, and then I just like think like, oh my God, please make it stop. I grew up Catholic, so my first thought was just to pray, just like, oh God, please God, just make it stop. Make it stop. Anyway, that's my story. It's not worthy of applause. But do you ever have a story that for some reason, like when you watch movies, and there's always like, they put stories to like music. So do you ever do that with your real life, where you're like, if I could put this story to music, this is what it would be. It's gonna get less awkward. Oh! This is my musical story of the first time I ever tried to 69. Oh, I'm on the bottom? guys are amazing. Thank you so much.